What is up, Moto Buddies? Mike here of Moto Co and Baja Taco Tours. We just got a bike through the shop here today and I want to give you a little tour of this. This is like your classic, very, very well turned out Baja bike. This is set up to go do some Baja trips, and all the little accessories and features and mods we've got on this are exactly what you want when you're going to set up an overland bike, a dual sport bike for any Baja trip, tour of Idaho. This thing is, there's a couple of maybe deficiencies, headlight. I can think of a few areas where this thing could use some improvement, but generally overall this is what you want to have your bike set up to this kind of level if you're going to do one of those long distance overland trips, a Baja trip. So start at the back here. He's got himself a Super Sprox on the rear, and that's a 1445. No, that's a 49. So 1449 on the gearing. Kenda Parker rear tire. He's got one of those Pilisport rear swing arm covers. That's the black cover on there. He's got some Evolution Air foot pegs. Notice he's got himself a nice 4.1 titanium FMF right there with a carbon tip. That's a nice upgrade. And as far as fueling this bike, he's got the reeds out. He likes wide open speed, and this guy's a pretty fast rider, and he's got himself a nice Chris Blais tune on that ECU. He had his dealer unlock this, do a Euro map on this before the XC1 tool was obsoleted out for the KTM dealer XC2 tool. So that option is no longer available, but when it still was, he took advantage of it, and then he sent his unlocked jailbroken ECU off to Chris. Got a nice tune in there, makes that pipe sing really well. This is a good bike, real screamer, real fast. He's got himself the IMS tank on there, and that's the big one. That's not the one. Well, there's one bigger. This is the middle one. This one I think is the 3.6. You can double check on some of these specs if I forget the exact numbers, and we'll put those in the details of the video. He's got some nice bling bits, the oil filter cover there, his neutral indicator cover there. He's got a nice little aftermarket bit. Everything else is pretty well intact and stock there. He's got Samco hoses. You can see that. We'll take a good look at that on the other side. He's had his suspension redone. Dix out of St. George, Utah took care of that. He's running Tubliss in the front and the rear, and he's also got a Kenda up front as well. His rims are counterbalanced against the rim locks, the big fat rim lock on the Tubliss system. He's got a tugger strap up there on the front. Up here on his controls, notice he's got Flexx Bars. Not sure which bend he has in there, but he's got softer bushings, BRP, submount, Scott stabilizer. That's a real good setup. And then he's got the fork bleeders, notice right there. Double take mirrors. He's got them set up for both sides. He's just running the left. Trailtech Voyager Pro, and his stock indicator, his stock speedo unit is intact. That's so he can have his low fuel light and his check engine light in down there. And then he's got his Trailtech up here with his coolant and voltage and all the data points that come up there on the Voyager. Nice little pieces of bling here on both sides. Reservoir covers. Still running the stock headlight. When he does some of these long distance trips, he'll upgrade that. He's got these little Sicass LED fenders. That's a pretty clever mounting location. I don't think I've seen anybody mount that rear set there. Seems to work out okay. Send it. Over here on this side, you see he's got a nice P3 header pipe cover. He's got the Rekluse, and there's those Samco hoses. He's got the thermostat delete on this bike. We'll be adding a couple of things here. We're going to put on a Kickstarter, as he doesn't want to jeopardize not being able to kick this bike in some extreme situations. I think that's about it on this bike. Just a really nice, clean example of a well turned out bike, something that's prepared for any dual sport. This bike is ready to go for any dual sport adventure that this guy wants to send it on. Baja trips. He's got himself a nice little machine. If you have any questions about any of these upgrades, any of these mods, let us know. Please ask any questions in the comments. You can always reach us at the taco shop or at tacomoto.co. Thanks guys for watching. Go out, get some adventure.